Greetings, folks, and welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Coco Smooth, the casual collector. And in this segment of 112 scale military action figures takes, I am showcasing Mezco 112 G.I. Joe Destro. Yeah, as you guys can see, I've made the transition. I'm definitely picking up the Mezcos from here on out after my happiness with the roadblocks. So yeah, Destro is the next one. I believe he was the second one made. The first was Roadblock, then Destro, then Snake Eyes, and I believe Storm Shadow. And pretty soon Firefly and Duke. Right? Yeah, here's the front of the package with the vintage look, very much like the Roadblock one. Side with Cobra, the enemy. Destro, the enemy. The back with the full retro card art. And yeah, Cobra, bottom. And yeah, G.I. Joe. All right, here we go. Let us pray that this comes in without issues. All right, so here we go. Here he is outside of the packages, kind of. Yeah, with the traditional instructions on here. Oh, it looks like there's replacing battery things here. So there's light up features. Interesting. I did not know that. I thought there was just going to be a regular figure. Okay, well, and of course, here's the patented be careful with the soft goods instructions, right? Looks, I'm going to keep this here close to be handy because you never really know how soon I'll be needing the instructions, right? Yeah, as you guys can see, I'm doing an unboxing too because you guys are going to have to bear with me as you guys try to learn how to experience the first time opening experience too. So yeah, it looks like you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 set of hands. Interesting. Eh. Okay. Yeah. Interesting that his hands are not quite the way it was set up like Roadblocks was. Yeah, here's the plastique and his head is protected. The heads are protected with scuff-free to prevent scuffing, right? Oh man, this is so cool. Now, I gotta admit that there's like excess paint on his chest, a little bit of excess paint for the red paints. Not too bad. I'm gonna put his jewelry on if we have it to cover it up. Anywho, but yeah, he's got different hands. I'm gonna be careful because the hands will fall off. It appears to be magazines. The jewelry I was telling you about. Different heads. Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna take this off because I'm gonna make sure he puts it on. The other stoic head, more blocky, and this is his insane smile head. Very jarring to look at when you see it. Hang on, let me come out. Hang on. When you see the head, let me take him out of the plastic because you got to see this, or you guys are going to see this. It's out of control. He's a little too grinny on here. Yeah, anywho. Yeah, and this other head, let me get it out of the plastic. Very, I guess closer to the box art, really. Yeah, closer to the box art head. Jeez. Well, yeah, I'm gonna put the head back and no, it's not even the right plastic for it, or is it? Oh, I guess it is. Just mm, not the kind of bag I thought it was. Okay. Oh well. Uh, yeah, forget it. Huh. Next up, the patented Cobra stand and plastic and his suitcase. Two kind of suitcases, or I guess this part goes into the suitcase, and the batteries and his weapons. Okay, cool. Very not much, not like Roadblock with that had all kinds of different things going on with him. But to be fair, it's not like Destro had a lot to work with. OG Destro, that is, not the Iron Grenadier one. Iron Grenadier one has a lot going on, and so here's his blaster, and here's his rifle. Okay, so yeah, the materials feel a lot better here than Roadblocks, in my opinion. Feels much better, much sturdier. Um, yeah, rifle. Okay, so he has his closed fists here. His rocket launcher there. And I'm thinking that the rocket blast effect is here. Kind of cool. Yeah. So you can change. I believe you could change this out. Yep. So he can shoot his rockets. Choo. Do 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 do. Cool. But yeah, let us not get too happy and blow things up right now. Um, so yeah, the cloth feels really good, and it has some leather components on it. That's what makes it even better. Cool. Let's yeah. Let's look at his back, his belt. Gore-Tex looking boots. Really cool. And yeah, here we go. Let's try and put on the medallion. Hopefully it works out. Come on. There you go. And he's out. And of course, we may have to take this off, and that's good news. It popped off real smooth, like cocoa smooth, like ain't nothing smoother. Here we go. Oh, facing the wrong way. Face towards enemy. There you go. Ah, there you go. Now we can hide the blemish with the his piece. Kind of used. I remember back in the day when I used to have this awesome Cuban link chain, but it got stolen. I get sad now thinking about it because it was a pretty dope chain. Oh yeah, let me lower it so you guys could see him in his full standing glory. Yeah, pretty cool. All right, let's change out the hands real quick so that he can. Well, actually, before we do all that, let's look at his other accessories here. The briefcase, and I believe this is supposed to be what's in the briefcase. So he has other blasters. I think okay, now that explains the other holster. Then this is probably the holster for the other weapon. This is for this. Okay, that makes sense now. I was like, well, what? Where's that? What goes in there? This, which is kind of cool because it looks like you could put it together. Oh wow! And it looks like you can take it out. Yeah, cool. That works. Oh, and it has a light up feature. Oh, I'm leaving that alone for now. Has this cool Cobra symbol. Yeah. All right, well, let's see if we can replace this with this. So it looks cool. Yeah. Acceptable. Well, you know what? Let's put the weapon together just because it looks so good. So here's the stock. Here's the mag, I believe. It's kind of like a Boba Fett. It reminds me of Boba Fett's weapon. Let's see. Try to. Yeah. So much going on. It'll be fun putting this together so you guys can see. All right. So we put. Okay. This is where it feels a little delicate. So you guys be careful. Gently put it together because, yeah, it feels like this could snap, especially the very thin portions of things. So yeah, be careful. Don't uh don't go full ham on this. Okay, now I'm trying to figure out where this goes. Yeah. Hmm. Okay, so gotta figure out what goes where. Okay, there you go. And yeah, that's doesn't look like it'll really stay in place. That's the sucky part about this. It doesn't, or I guess I'm just doing this wrong because it doesn't feel like it's gonna stay in place. Okay, there you go. This will go here. Oh, I don't know what the. Okay, yeah. This will go in here. This will go to the hole over here. Oh, but you got to be very gentle. I mean, the hole is very small. Yeah, it's really small. You see that? And the tab is a little too big. It's kind of making me wonder if it's even the if I'm even doing this right. It should be though, because like it doesn't make sense for this to be a component of another weapon. And there's no other hole that I can see, so this has to be it. Oh boy, yeah, it's just. Mm, Well, I might have to do a alibi video for this portion because I'm struggling, guys, and I don't want to break it. Yeah, and I don't know where exactly this is supposed to go. Let's look at the instructions. Maybe the instructions will let me know what's going on. Here you go. Yeah, of course it does. Hmm. Hmm. Well, you guys are see that this is the only place with a hole. So I don't know how they could possibly think that it would go there. But yeah, looks like I'm gonna have to remove this first and find a way to. I think so backwards. There you go. And there you go. Gently put it in there. Okay. There you go. Kind of confused. I don't know how else to put this on here. Oh, of course. Because like there's no thing over here for it. It would have to go up here. That would be the only hole there is. Oh man, this is a pain in the buns, folks. See me struggling. Yeah. All right. Finally, it like it finally made it. Took a little bit, but yeah. And of course, based on the instructions, just slide it through. But I don't know where it clicks. Jeez. Yeah. So this weapon, a little on the meh side of things. I know it's supposed to latch somewhere, but not exactly sure because the tabs aren't super obvious. Jeez. All right, that's the best I think it's going to get. Looks like it finally fit. Yeah. All right. Well, sorry about that if that was boring, but that's the struggle you guys are going to be going through. Possibly, hopefully for y'all it wouldn't have been nearly as hard. But dude, that was a struggle as you guys can see clearly. All right. So I'm going to give him a trigger hand, so that he can actually uh, hold on to a gosh dang weapon. I love the way the Mezco hands are. If I'd only known that it would be like this, at least for the GI Joe stuff, man, I'd have bought these sooner. Okay, cool. All right, so oof. Should I give him this? I went through a whole lot of hard work putting this sucker together, so I'm going to give him this. And if see if it even poses well with it, because if not, that's just putting it back in his suitcase to look high speed. All right, come on, trigger finger, go in inside. There you go, perfect. Inside. Okay, so here we go. Now I gotta admit, it's a little bit on a lot smaller than I thought, but his hands tell me a whole other story. It's like really hard to put it in his his trigger hands anyway. Dude, that buttstock's out of control for such a small a barrel. You know what I'm saying? A little bit on the kind of or like a real buttstock for this sucker. Like it's gonna do some. Okay, so as you can see, the looseness on this thing can be well, not looseness, but it's a little bit of a problem. You just gotta factor that in all the time, and it's hard to do the sexy sniper pose with this weapon because the buttstock is just so big. Yeah, nah, this is not the one, folks. I'm just gonna tell you all right now. I'm putting it back because yeah, this is not it. I'm I'm, I'm just gonna arm him with this, which I can rely on. Not feeling like it's gonna fall apart. So yeah, all right. Yeesh. But dude, yeah, it's his the trigger finger thing for this is on the smaller side though. That's the only frustrating part. And yeah, this gauntlet thing, I wish it would not be so easy to fall off. There you go. All right, here we go. Oh yeah, folks, if you guys are messing with soft goods, you might want to make sure you wash your hands before playing with these pieces because man, you ain't trying to we ain't trying to put stains on the cloths because I don't know how you're gonna do laundry. These things you can't take it off. So kind of behave, you know what I mean? Behave yourselves. All right, well, I'm going to do something that I don't normally do. That's demonstrate the index finger hand because it just seems appropriate for him to point at people, kind of like Cobra Commander would. So once they make a Cobra Commander, I'm gonna get him to point. Ooh. Oh man, I love this thing, guys. At first I wasn't down for the soft goods stuff, but they've made so many advances on soft goods that it's starting to look much better than the way it's been before. Like I used to think it was corny looking for the early offerings of Mezco, but after seeing this, I'm like, you know what? I might have to revisit this and check out all the other offerings from before. And maybe I was just looking at it with a different, lens, you know. But now I'm just like, dude, these are cool. Really, really gosh dang cool. I don't know how to explain it. It just this is a whole other level that I I regret not getting into much sooner. But we all learn, in due time, right? In due time, we do. But yeah, Mezco's stuff is on a whole nother level. Yeah, guys, I don't know how to explain it other than it's. I love the way it feels. I love the center of gravity when it comes to the GI Joe stuff. I gotta admit that the Predator one, I don't know. I mean, compared to the NECA ones that I once possessed, it's much better. But uh, I don't know. I'm still kind of disappointed. It doesn't have the same range of motion as the Joes, do. So yeah, I'm putting this thing back in its proper place and putting it away permanently because yeah, this weapon is not it, folks. I hate to say it, but maybe it'll be it for somebody else, but for me, it is not. You know, I'll just keep it as a blaster, but not as a any of the connecting pieces because, yeah, no, this thing is not it, and a lot of it is because of the buttstock, which is out of control. All right. So yeah. Oh, geez. My okay. Ugh. Gosh dang! Everything is just. I'm sorry, folks. As you guys know, I'm all. You guys always see me struggle in the videos. If you're like, if anything like me, then be prepared for a lot of that. Just saying. So yeah, here we go. Putting it in its foam thing, and then I'm about to put it in its thing, never to be seen again in play form. All right, so I know it's not a very fun video with all the things that I had to do, but here's what he looks like next to Retro Destro. Um, you know, this is what a $30 fig, you know, kind of looks like in comparison. So uh, it's not bad. Um, they both have eyebrows, so this is definitely a cartoon inspired head. Or um, that I believe the original classified one does not have a um, eyebrows on it on his head. It's just all all silver because yeah. Now that I think about it, why would Destro have black eyebrows given the given the metallic face that he has? I guess he insists that somebody painted his eyebrows, metal eyebrow portion black. Just kind of weird. Destro's head just looks to me all kinds of weird as far as how does that work? If he's supposed to be the man in the iron mask kind of situation, how is it how is it that he has so much facial expressions, you know? But yeah, this thing is great. I love the way this l- looks and feels. Um, here's his suitcase versus the suitcase of the Cobras, classified retro. There's more Cobra thing here, and then of course the details versus But again, $30, not a bad deal, versus 100. If I y'all, this is just me. If you have the ends, if you're that kind of collector, as far as just looking strictly at the figure goes, not minding too much of the accessories, this is the way to go. Look at the way his collar just pops out. You know what I mean? And the jewelry, obviously different. The holsters are roughly the same. He's a little bit on the bulkier side, but I don't know. I like it. I think that maybe I was so spoiled to see this in red that it's kind of jarring to see it in black behind here, but I think it's okay. It ain't too bad. I like this. It's a good look. You know, let's see. Let's see what his other head looks like. Oh boy. This is his mm, somebody peed in my Cheerios head. Not too bad. Oh, but here we go. Let's go with the show stealer head. I see. I'm showing teeth. Of all the things that should be silver, bro, you should have got a platinum grill. I would. Yeah. Holy smokes. Not too bad. Yeah, it looks menacing. But let's be serious. Let's get back to his stoic look. Yeah, this is a good fit, guys. You guys should um, invest in Mezco Destro. He looks good. He would look good around other Joes and stuff. Other Cobra figures. I think it would match. Um, hmm, where did I put my guy so that he can uh, be demoed with him? Hang on. Yeah, here we go. So let's compare Mezco to Mezco. So Destro, I mean, he only seems a little taller because Roadblock's A stance is wider. So, but they're roughly the same exact height. Um, you know, so they match well, like they belong. Uh, yeah, dude, this is a good gosh dang set, and they only made 4 so far. That's in release. That's Snake Eyes, Roadblock, Destro, and Storm Shadow. So, guys, for those who are seriously considering, now would be a real good time to start. While there's only 4 or 5 left, in the collection so far, so you don't get um, overwhelmed when it's time to start. Because once these more of these start pouring in, you guys are gonna just not do it because you're gonna be like, dang, how am I gonna get these? Especially Roadblock. Roadblock is harder to get, and from my understanding now, even Storm Shadow can be a little bit on the more challenging side. I find them to be more sold out in other places than like the most common ones that I'm seeing more are Destro and Snake Eyes, but Storm Shadow and Roadblock be the more challenging ones to get. So yeah, if you guys are thinking about getting in, like if you guys have been mulling over it, now would be the time. While these are cheap, and there's only like relatively cheap. I mean, for those who are in that tier level of being able to afford these kind of things, yeah, now would be the time. Because yeah, once the Duke and Firefly come out, everybody's gonna be hunting for these, and they'll be harder to find. You know what I mean? So now would be the time. Get you know get get caught up quick before the prices skyrocket across the board. See, I was late on this one, so I paid 150. The rest, I got a homie that hooked me up. I was able to get the rest roughly under 100 each. So I felt like I more than made my paid the same price across the board when you average how much I paid for this and everything else. So and the standard price is 100 to 115 or 125. So that's the where you would see the market at for Mezco's GI Joe. So with the exception of Roadblock, because Roadblock is nowhere to be found right now, and I don't know how long it's going to take for them to reprint another one of these. So yeah, because once that Firefly and Duke come out, oh, it's over, folks. Everything else gets swooped up, and pretty soon Snake Eyes will be even harder, just as hard to get as Roadblock and stuff. So yeah, that would be my recommendation. Um, I know this is a weird thing to discuss in a review video because you would think that I would just focus on uh, the toy itself, but no, I'm gonna focus on opportunity right now. I'm pointing it out. It'll be a timepiece uh, warning for those who are considering. Now would be a real good time. I know I'm a corrupt influence, but yeah, if you guys are going to do it. Now's the time to take a plunge. Well, and the good news is because these things take so long to come to come in or for them to make it, you could always not buy uh classified, save that money up to get the Mezco version of this. But I'm crazy. I'm the type of guy who'd rather buy GI Joes than eat. so so I'll ramen it if I have to, if I could, to get classified and Mezco. So, but that's me. All right, folks. Well, um, final thoughts on this. Um, it's winning. It really is. But again, the plus minus the plus. These things look freaking spectacular, and the quality and the balance of these things are great. I cannot emphasize enough how good looking this is in general. Plus, the overall feel and quality of these things are just, I can see it. The bad. Some of this, the accessory parts are just very delicate. And of course, soft goods, you must have clean hands when you play with these things because, again, you cannot laundry this. I don't know, if you stain the cloth. So when you play with these, play with it with proper hygiene, folks. Just because again, you have powdered donuts, you're gonna get powdered Destro. You know what I'm saying? That you don't want that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Okay. Yeah, man. I cannot wait till we get Duke, and I'm gonna do Snake Eyes video pretty soon in Storm Shadow because I got them. I got all of them. We're gonna do videos on that, and you're gonna see what they look like together. The Cobra guys together and the Joes together. It's gonna be freaking awesome. But yeah, just classified's cool. I'm not gonna stop because classified is the affordable, and it just I just want to support the movement. But this has won over my heart just because I used to frown upon the Barbie doll movement when it comes to male stuff, but now because of the advances in science, it doesn't look so corny. It looks like it makes sense. I like it. If this is the direction that the doll, the GI Joe doll movement is like, I'm all for it. I just wish that the accessories were a little less brittle-ish on stuff. But yeah, other than that, it's a go. It's a good look, and I would recommend it for the adult collector who's about more of display than play anyway, like myself. These would make great shots for photos and that kind of thing. These things are really good looking. I mean, cheese. And it feels good. I can't explain it. It just doesn't translate on photo when you have it in your hands. You guys just gotta mess with it yourselves, and understand. Like, I was just kind of blown away. I mean, video, it's different because you're just observing, but when it's in front of you and the smells and the feeling on your tips, it's just it really does make a difference, and you're like, okay, you can kind of see why. And why at first I didn't understand either because I'm like, okay, whatevs. I decided to take a plunge and then felt it and like, okay, I think I understand now. So, all right, folks, that's all I got for this segment of 1/12 scale military action figures takes, the Mezco 112 GI Joe Destro edition. I'm your host, Coco Smooth, the casual collector. And until the next video, folks, ciao.